All right, so I think this is recording. Let's take a look here at problem number 6. We have two rational expressions. We want to multiply them together to write our answer in lowest terms. And we also want to state inner restrictions. With the type of problems we're working with the restrictions, they mean that we do not want to have division by 0. Division by 0 is undefined. So our denominator can never equal 0. Let's start out, though, by simply taking these two fractions and writing it as a single fraction. And multiplication of fractions is pretty easy. You just multiply the two numerators together and multiply the two denominators together. So we have 8v minus 56 times this trinomial, v squared plus 9v plus 18. And here in the denominator, 8v plus 48 times 8v squared plus 24v. All right, so it's a little bit difficult for us to see exactly what's going to cancel and how to write our restrictions unless we factor this more. We need everything to be completely factored. So let's start with our denominator here, and let's look at 8v plus 48. 8v plus 48. But instead of writing 48, let's write it as 8 times 6. And now you can see that we have an 8 that's common to both terms. If we factor out that 8, we'll have 8 times v plus 6. All right, now let's look at this other binomial here, this 8v squared plus 24v. 8v squared, I'm going to write v squared as v times v. I'm going to write 24v as 8v times 3. And you can see that 8v is common to both terms. If I factor out that 8v, what I have left in the first term is v. What I have in the second term is 3. All right. So let's move on to the numerator then and do the same idea. 8 times v minus, well, let's rewrite 56 as 8 times 7. And what's common to both is an 8. So we have 8 times v minus 7. And this trinomial, let's use our x method to factor it. Our middle term is 9v. Our first times our last is 18v squared. Through trial and error, we can come up with two expressions that multiply together to give us the top value, but add to give us the bottom. With a leading coefficient of 1, we can take a shortcut in factoring this and just use the 6 and the 3. All right. So now we have everything in factored form. Let's put it all together back in our fraction over here. Our 8v minus 56, it was right here. And we said that that factored to 8 times v minus 7. Our trinomial was down here, and it factors to v plus 6 times v plus 3. Our denominator, we started with it. The 8v plus 48 factors to 8 times v plus 6. And the 8v squared plus 24v, it factored to 8v times v plus 3. All right. I'm going to erase all this because I need some room to write my restriction, and I'm done with all that scratch work anyway. All right. So if I need to prevent this denominator from ever being 0, in factored form, it's pretty easy to see that a negative 6 plus a positive 6 would give me 0. And 0 times anything would be 0. 8 times 0 right here would be 0. So v can't be 0. There's a single factor of v right there. And negative 3 plus 3 is going to give me 0, so I have to restrict it and say that v cannot be negative 3. So now, let's come in and do some cancellations. The 8 divided by 8, those are common factors. The v plus 6 divided by v plus 6, that divides to 1. And v plus 3 divided by v plus 3. So I think we've got it. In the numerator, all we have left is this binomial, v minus 7. And in the denominator, we have this 8 times v. Now be careful, that v and this v don't cancel because the v in the numerator is a term, the v in the denominator is a factor, and they don't cancel. V cannot be negative 6, 0, or negative 3, or it would never reduce like that. So here's our final answer. All right, well, I hope that helps, and I will talk to you later. Bye.